Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Today we have a video on FSD 10.12.2 called Hot and Cold. And the reason I've called it Hot and Cold is because on the first half of the drive here towards downtown Victoria, it worked almost flawlessly. And then on the way back, after I thought, oh, this is great, it's working really well now, it had all kinds of fails. So you'll see that about halfway through the video. When we turn back, I send it through some little side streets to test the system a little bit, and it failed pretty miserable a number of times. Mostly on some new type of failures where you can see the lane selection is really terrible. A number of times it was supposed to be going straight through and it decided to turn left at an intersection spontaneously, which was quite surprising and not really that great at all. So this video I'll run everything at double speed and maybe even speed it up a little bit more at times. But like I said, the first half here is almost flawless. I'm using the FSD Beta Tracker from EV Guy Canada, so thank you again to EV Guy Canada for putting that together. It's working very well, and hopefully we'll get some really nice data out of it once we start getting some data into there and give EV Guy Canada a chance to map the data or show the data somehow. So from here on in, we have a little bit of a gap in the voiceover just because there's nothing too interesting happening. I don't want to talk for no reason. So you can skip ahead if you're not interested in watching the successful drives to 6-minute 9-second mark. It should be in the description as well, the bookmarks, for another bit of voiceover, and then again to the 8-minute 10-second. And if you'd like to skip right to the return drive, you go to the 9-minute 18-second mark, which has some interesting failures on the way back on this drive. And the major lane errors in intersections on the way back are around the 15-minute 12-second mark if you'd like to skip right to those. Hope you're enjoying the videos, and please send me any feedback that you might have. Thanks very much for watching. So here we're coming up to a cyclist that's taking the lane, so it was interesting to see what FSD did there. It took it a few seconds to think about what to do, but then it very smoothly merged into the left lane to overtake that cyclist. Here it stayed in the left lane a bit too long in my opinion, and it really should have gotten back into the right lane pretty much immediately after passing that cyclist, just as best practice to stay in the right lane whenever possible in general. Here it had a bit of phantom braking there. I think it might have been because of those people near the crosswalk. And again, those cyclists were coming up from the right there, and it flinched a little bit, had some phantom braking, but not necessarily too much of a bad thing. To be very careful with cyclists and pedestrians when you're not sure what's happening. But in that case, we had the green light, so that shouldn't have been a brake. That was a pretty slick little move over the yellow line there to pass that bus. And then here we have another interesting one where you have some construction coming up. I was expecting it to fail here, but actually it was quite smooth. Very smoothly went into that delineated lane with the cones and went through. So very impressive. So there we finished half of our drive. So here we're heading back. So I've restarted the FSD Beta Tracker to see how we can do. So here I just tried some little side streets to see what kind of interesting things we could find. I was expecting it to perform flawlessly like it did on the way here, but as you'll see in a second, it really wasn't all that great. So it starts out not bad actually. So this is a very narrow street with a bunch of speed bumps, and in this case it actually slowed down for them quite well. It did also navigate around that biker well, and it dealt with that open door in the truck. So here I was still thinking, well, this isn't so bad. Maybe this will be a pretty good drive overall with a pretty tricky situation here. So all the way down this road, not bad. Here it veered to the left. I think that might have been because I had an interim navigation point there, but normally it just slows down and stops. It's never veered to the left like that. Then we turn right, fairly smooth there. Still not so bad. You can see these are pretty tight roads, so of course things are a little bit more challenging, but should be able to handle it. Here's the first really strange one, I think, coming up here. Turning left, it stops way far back and then just goes for it. There's no way it could have seen anything there. Here it really should have stopped for that truck. It did duck in behind that car, but it really wasn't the great spot to pull over. I don't know what would have happened if I'd let it go. It was a bit in the way, but it did work out. The acceleration I find is really quite aggressive overall in FSD 10.12.2. Going straight through here with a fair amount of traffic. So it is showing the cars in blue that it's paying attention to, and the visibility here wasn't too bad. So braking the traffic, that worked out. Now here it's just going full speed at the speed bumps again, so I had to intervene and disengage here a number of times to deal with those speed bumps. Still not sure really why it navigates some speed bumps properly and some it doesn't. I had to redo the navigation to get us back here. So here, pretty complicated set of bike lanes and things there. Didn't have a problem there. That was quite good. I nudged it through with the accelerator through that orange light. I don't know if it was planning on stopping there or what. A little bit of braking there that was unnecessary, so I reported that. Here's where it gets really interesting. So we're going straight through this intersection, and it was signaling to the right, but it was turning left across traffic. I've never seen anything like that before, and I've no idea what happened. So again here, we still have a few kilometers to go till we turn left, about 4 kilometers. So we're clearly going straight through this intersection according to the nav. Watch what happens here. Going straight through, and it completely fails. In the middle of the intersection, it decides to turn left for some reason, same as that previous intersection. So I had to make that left turn so I didn't completely mess up the intersection there, and turn it around to get back on track. I've never seen a failure like that before, except for the previous intersection before this one. So this is new in 10.12.2, I think. It's a very strange type of error. It should be very easy to go straight through. I'm not sure if that's a nav map error or what's going on there. So after that almost flawless drive on the way down, those two pretty serious errors through those intersections really made me a bit uncomfortable with trusting it. Anyways, that's pretty much the drive, so hope you're enjoying the video, and please like and subscribe if you are. Thanks very much for watching. Please send me any feedback in the comments on types of things that you'd like to see, or any comments on the videos overall, the quality, the types of camera angles, and so on. I'll see if I can change any of them if there's something that you're interested in seeing more of or less of. Thanks again.